Hello, friends, colleagues, esteemed guests. My name is Nick. I play in a band called Bears and Trees, and I've decided to finish a piece of literature I last wrote on April 7th, 2021. If you're here, hello, sun won't shine. That's a nice name. I hope the sun does shine for you, but you know how it is sometimes. Yeah, this stream is completely unplanned. I've had like a lot of messages about it over the year it started, and I figured, you know what, Sonic 2's out now, the film's out, the Sonic fandom is like booming as it should be, and I don't want this relic from the past to haunt me. I want to be able to move on to bigger and better things. So as of today, as of now, you're gonna help me finish Sonic the Homewrecker. I can't remember anything about it. I haven't even looked through the document to prepare. I want to go in completely blind, so I'm excited to be here. Hello friends, hello first time viewers. If you're a first time viewer, I'm so sorry this is what you chose to join on, but I hope you enjoy. Soggy Teacup asks, Nick, how is your current mental well-being? Honestly, it's not bad. Potentially worse after I finish this, but who's to say? Anna Clark, when does the gig start tomorrow? Doors are at half. I want to say doors are at 7. Doors are normally at 7 for our shows, so I would get there for 7 latest, I would say. And yeah, if you have any questions for me throughout the stream, related to Sonic, related to the band, ideally related to, in some way, shape or form to what's happening right here, then please share them. If not, then I guess just watch and hopefully learn nothing. Okay, I'm going to chat from my phone so I can also see. Read out the first bit because I didn't watch it first. British Songbird, don't worry, I'm going to read out all of it. And I'm going to cry, potentially, as I'm reading it, so don't worry. Ooh, Bears and Trees are live. Good for them, I love that band. Okay, cool. I wish I could stay, but I have an exam tomorrow I need to revise for. That's completely understandable, and I don't blame you for wanting to revise, so don't worry about it, it's all good. Yeah, the music's a bit louder than me, thank you for letting me know. Let me turn down the music. There we go. The music should now not be louder than me, and I should be louder. So hopefully that works. It's been 84 years, I never thought I'd see this again. Yeah, nor did I, but I want it not to haunt my Google Drive anymore. So yeah, that is a wonderful picture of Sonic. Yeah, it's not bad. The music slaps, but does the fanfic slap harder? Let's find out. Okay, without further ado, here is Sonic the Homewrecker as it stands to be said as of last April 7th. So if I'm correct, when I started writing it, I did a kind of, we did a kind of a brainstorm. We're all in this together as to what kind of person Sonic is. Obviously, Sonic's fast. Sonic's a people person. Why does this have editing rights? Whoever's editing it, please don't edit it. How do I... yeah. Sonic's fast. Sonic's a people person, and Sonic would be a very big Bears and Trees fan, obviously. Sonic can also propose at a moment's notice, which I think probably isn't canon, but you know how it be. It's probably potentially accurate. Sonic can eat brie and also be a tree at a moment's notice because of all the rings. I feel like that was a suggestion from the audience. I'm not going to veto it at this point. Will it come up in the story? Potentially, potentially not. I don't know. This was before there was any official fan art for Tails, so I don't think that photo is law accurate anymore. Shadow X Tails romance, is it happening? Let's find out. Shadow X Waluigi fling during Olympic Games. Serious or fling summer romance? I don't know. I don't think you guys know either. Tails walking down the aisle to Dancing Queen, Vector from Despicable Me. Um, those are the notes we made. I don't know how much further it goes. Let's find out. Vector is going to be to support active Bears and Trees. They meet at a Bears and Trees concert. Okay, cool. Let's read it. Let's read it out. Sonic the Homewrecker. Tags are angst, slice of life, OC band, jealousy, flirting, One Direction, ABBA, Bears and Trees, Mario at the Olympic Games, first person, sloppy Giuseppe pizza. The lights were low. The room. I don't want to read this out loud. I really don't want to read this out loud. The lights were low. The room was hot and dark. Nameless bodies filled the space between me and the stage. Oh, it's in first person! My name is Vector the Crocodile, and I'm about to play the worst set of my life. This is a story all about how my life got flipped, turned upside down. I suppose I should start at the beginning. Until 2 weeks ago, I was a librarian. My specialist subject was 1800s Victorian literature. I was grinding my way through night school, barely paying rent in my one-bedroom basement apartment, but that life seems so distant to me now. It seems as though I am a different person completely. I still can't believe that 2 weeks ago today, my life was changed when I met him. You know who I'm talking about. We all know who I'm talking about. I'm talking about George Berry. George obviously is a fictional character bearing no relation to George Berry from the band Bears and Trees. It's important to state that any relations to people alive or dead is completely fictionalized. Thank you very much. Let's continue. Now, of course, I'd heard about George Berry before. Everyone has. He's in goddamn dirtbag boy band Bears and Trees. And I stress, fictionalized character. Fictionalized band. I've never heard of Bears and Trees before. So what would what would Jerome want with a scrub like me? What did he see in my eyes on that Tuesday afternoon? It started like any other afternoon. There I was, brushing my teeth in the library bathroom. I walk out and I see a man standing by the music section. Of course, I keep the music section meticulous, for I am a crocodile first and an ABBA stand second. My thought was, admittedly, don't you dare touch those ABBA books. I spent a long time sorting them. But I had nothing to fear. For George was after something else entirely. I could see him looking quizzically, great word, at the bookshelf that stood before him. I was hesitant, as I feared I still had toothpaste stains around my big crocodile jaws. I don't want to greet George Berry from Dirtbag Boy Band Bears and Trees. It's, it's just that it scans like George, but obviously we all know it's George Berry. With toothpaste stains. But I had nothing to fear, for George shot me a sly glance and whispered something under his breath. I could just make out his smooth, silky, very cool and also very nice words. Do you have any books on Daft Punk? I was taken aback. I knew George was a fan of Daft Punk, but I can see a fellow Daft Punk stan when I see one, and I knew in that moment we were kindred spirits, brothers separated at birth. I saw it in his eyes and him in mine. My reply, haha. I'll tell you that part later. Jesus Christ, how long is this? Okay. Anyway, flash forward 2 weeks and here I am. My solo Daft Punk tribute act, Silly Clown, is preparing to open for Jiroga's band. And here I feel lost in the sea of faces, even though I am the one on stage, but once in my life I am the main character, and yet I feel somehow minor, like a recurring character stripped of his full-time status in the first season and begrudgingly relegated to guest star in the second. I am due to begin in 7 minutes, and I'm trying my hardest to work through the stage fright I'm experiencing, but to be honest, I'm mainly afraid because there is a dark hedgehog in the front row who seems to be carrying a gun. I don't know, I think it's kind of weird security let him pass without doing something about that. But he's acting like a VIP, so maybe he knows the band. But yes, that is putting me off. He doesn't look like he wants to be here particularly. His friend next to him, however, looks to be on the verge of tears. The shadowy figure has his arm draped gently around his friend's foxy shoulders, while his other arm is gripped tightly around the barrel of his much too big for his actual size firearm. I'm not sure why his foxy friend with two tails is crying, but it doesn't seem to be an issue. If I were to put myself in his shoes, and I can do that, for I am obviously an empath, I would assume he is just overrun with joy at the prospect of seeing Bears and Trees live. I've heard they put on a very good live show, but yes, as I was saying, the strange weapon hedgehog and crying foxy tailman is sending me bad vibes from across the room. And then I made myself a note, Vector ex-con dealing with emotional trauma. I'm going to take a pause right now to get some viewer feedback. Why am I watching this? I don't know. So this is what Nick uses English Masters for. Clearly, it's worked out very well. Can vouch they do put on a very good live show. We're not bad. We're honestly not bad. We've been worse. We've been so much worse in the past. Okay, how many more pages do I have of what I've actually written? Cool. But, my dear reader, there's something I've been hiding from you. A deep, dark secret I've been keeping tightly shut in my big crocodile jaws. A secret so dark, not even toothpaste could whiten it. Dear reader, I'm so sorry to let you down, but I, Vector the empathetic crocodile, am an ex-con. I was the worst kind of ex-con. I was fooling every day of my life. I want to say that I was fooling myself every day in my life, because otherwise it doesn't make grammatical sense. Before I found love Before I found love in the Dutty synth solos of Daft Punk, before my life was changed by Waterloo from ABBA, before I fell in love with 1800s Victorian fiction, I was a crooked cop policing the lean, mean 1970s Miami streets. Breathing this is more torturous than it was writing this last year. Not much has changed, but my dedication to this is waning with every sentence. So I'm just gonna press on. Yeah. I have my oral final exam in English in 2 weeks, and this counts as studying. This is very much studying. A lot of techniques being employed in this piece of fiction. A lot of other things probably that you don't want to talk about in your exam, so probably don't talk about those things. Oh yeah, do you guys know who Vector is? Vector's like a very minor Sonic character. There's a photo. I put a yeah. So that's Vector. Vector in Sonic lore leads like a detective agency called the Chaotix Detective Agency, and they're like usually pretty bad at solving mysteries, but they do kind of somehow get there in the end. I don't think that's probably not that important to understanding this piece of fan fiction, but it's good to have it in your head if you may not be as accustomed with Sonic the Hedgehog lore. Moving on. Back then, pirating movies was bigger than cop chases. In those hot, humid Miami sunsets, El Wombo, the notorious kingpin and pro surfer, was pumping out Shrek 4, Return of the Jedi, at record paces. I knew it was wrong, but I let him slip me a copy under the table. I just needed to know how Shrek returned to those Jedi so bad. But as you all know, dear reader, you can't outrun the law forever. My jaws were fabulous, and adorned with a 70s crop moustache, but my heart was big and achy, and also uncomfortable because I'd been complicit in the great Hollywood crash of 1973. Charmy, my partner in preventing crime, had looked the other way because he knew how much Shrek meant to be. Because he knew how much Shrek meant to be. Because he knew how much Shrek meant to me. As obviously I am an empath. But he'd been complicit too long, and eventually he sat me down in the station. The Brooklyn Nine-Nine, as we called ourselves. He said to me, Vector, cut the crap. Turn yourself in. We're so worried about you. So I did, and I served my turn. I served 14 years. But enough about me. Why am I at this show? And where did my fascination with bears and trees begin? Well, dear readers, I'm going to be honest. I hate bears and trees. I've been lying to you the whole time. which has obviously been paining me, for I am an empath. For I am a Weezer stan. Jesus Christ. There's so much here. But still my... Oh, God. Okay, this is all fluff. I'm cutting this part out. I don't care about who. You know what? Vector stands no one. Vector does hate bears and trees. GC chromatic maths equations, courtesy of Cool Maths Games 420. Daft Punk. Okay, this is a good part to start from. I feel like at the end of whatever I was writing last, we were just throwing band names down for pointless filler. I think from here on out, we're carrying along the Vector hates bears and trees line. But why does Vector hate bears and trees? I feel like there should be a deeper reason for this. Bears in Trees have been my least favorite band since the 1970s. No way, what a plot twist. Here on out, it's serious literature. Okay, someone give me a reason why Vector hates bears and trees so much and has hated bears and trees since the 1970s, and it gets written into canon. You have like a minute, 2 minutes on chat. The silliest one will go in. Don't be afraid to go deep on the reasons, because Vector is a very complex character. Wanted for arson. I mean, I don't think arson is in Vector's character, as you know, as possible as it may be. I'm not quite seeing it. Gender envy. I mean, it's not, you know, it's possible, but again, I feel like it's kind of less of like more of like a physical thing. I feel like maybe bears and trees did something to Vector. Is they drowned my fish. Oh my god. Threatened him for tax fraud, attained in his rubbish. We actually got told off for that a couple of days ago. So that's too personal. His ask didn't get answered on Tumblr. He used to be a fan, but it all went to shit. They stole his copy of Shrek 4. Okay, so mate, I'm gonna take what's been said. I'm gonna coalesce it into one being. Bears and Trees have been my least favorite band since the 1970s. It all started when they drowned my goldfish. But I guess you're asking, Vector, how does someone drown a goldfish? Well, let me clear this up. My goldfish is a different kettle of fish. My goldfish is a what's really good. So we were in America last month, and obviously you get Mountain Dew in America. You don't. I mean, you do get it in the UK, but America has like a wild array of flavors of Mountain Dew. Vector's American. Vector's goldfish is American. My goldfish is a Mountain Dew stand first, and a goldfish second. My goldfish will not stop swimming in Mountain Dew. However, no, here we go. When I sorry, wait, what's this? My goldfish was a bears and trees stand, and they frankly ignored them until they drowned. That's actually, I'm kind of writing that into the story. That's kind of like in my head right now. When I had to go to the jail, when I had to go to the jail all those years ago, I entrusted my local band, Bears in Trees, there are a lot of commas here, keep going. When I had to go to the jail all those years ago, I entrusted my local band, Bears and Trees, to keep my goldfish safe. I gave them my goldfish in his usual aquarium. Yes, he swims in Mountain Dew. No, it's not dangerous. I mean, it would be for most goldfish. But it's fine for him. Bears and Trees, however, thought they knew better. That's why Bears and Trees transferred my pet goldfish to regular old plain spring water, which was also fine because, you know, he's a goldfish and water is just what he does. But ultimately, it isn't his preferred environment to swim in. It isn't his preferred environment to swim in. So, ultimately, a second time, Bears and Trees drowned my goldfish. Yeah, that feels right. That feels good. It's been a whole year since it started. It has been a whole year since it started, and it's not going anywhere because it's ending literally now. This is literally the end. I want to get rid of this as soon as possible. Okay, so we've established a reason for Vector to hate Bears and Trees and to be his least favourite band since the 1970s, because when Vector went to jail for pirating Shrek 4 Return to the Jedi, he gave his goldfish to Bears and Trees to look after. He specified that his goldfish preferred to swim in Mountain Dew. Bears and Trees thought they knew better, put the goldfish in regular old spring water, and then that wasn't good. I mean, it was fine and nothing happened, and the goldfish was fine because it's a goldfish and, you know, it's all good. But you know, that was to Vector, Bears and Trees trying to drown his goldfish. Jeremy was a fish. Please bring Dr. Eggman into this. He is a great Sonic character. Need a Silver and Shadow Sonic fanfic, please. I think Shadow is in this. Shadow's been in this for some reason. Silver, I don't want to include because I have no strong preference towards Silver either way. Eggman, I can bring into this. So anyway, where was I? Oh yes, I am supporting Bears and Trees. I am supporting Bears and Trees on their 25th sold out arena tour this year. Bears and Trees obviously being a good band in this universe. In our universe right now, Bears and Trees would be classified as a not good band, but we're gonna let that slide for artistic purposes. Where does it go from here? This has like 4 openings and like no middle and no end. Okay, we can keep going. We can keep doing it. Do they publish this stuff? Lol. This is published. This is published insofar as it's being streamed and then deleted. Yeah, Vector becomes sad as he has no goldfish. Wait, this was a side tangent in a side tangent. What happened at the library? The library can wait. The library can wait. At Florgal, we got bigger fish to fry, and by fish to fry, I mean goldfish to think about. But I am sad. In fact, I'd go further than sad. I am practically morose, for I have not but I have not been able to stop thinking about my pet Mountain Dew goldfish. He's still alive and fine, of course, because my goldfish has lived for a long time, and whatever. But I miss him. Because I forgot to buy him a plane ticket out here to keep me company. I suppose it's good that he's holding the house down. And by house, I mean my party mansion boat. But ultimately, I am still sad. Because I miss him. I love the world, if this is what it brings me to. Lexi, the world is your oyster. You can make your mark with it in it as you please. If this is what you choose to watch, then thank you. That means a lot. While trying to reach a word count, this is how I write. Oh yeah, good point. Let me check my word count. It'll be easier. Okay, so I want to get this to 1,750 words. That feels like an adequate way to stop. Okay, and I'm going to keep the word count here too. So I need to, once it gets there, the story's going to end forever. So we just have to fill it out until we get there. So, yeah. What happened to the basement apartment thingy? There's a basement apartment thingy? Where's that in the story? Did we write about that before? Look, I don't remember the basement apartment thingy. Oh, yeah. Oh, Vector barely pays rent in his 1-bedroom basement apartment. Let me check. That whole thing about the 1-bedroom apartment was a lie. But the 1-bedroom apartment was a lie. Dear viewers, dear watchers, dear readers, I have deceived you. I really live in a rocking party mansion boat. That's the true part about this story, not the part I spoke about in the introduction. That Vector is dead to me now. There we go. There's that plot point tied off with a neat little bow and sent aside, so we don't have to think about it anymore. I feel Vector needs another pet. The man's alone. He has no friends after Bears and Trees killed his fish. I want to stress that Bears and Trees didn't kill the fish. The fish is fine. The fish is still alive. Bears and Trees just disobeyed Vector's and the fish's wishes to swim in Mountain Dew. Who can we trust now that Vector is broken our trust so much? I don't know. It sucks. You know what? I wasn't expecting it personally. Fish's wishes. Okay, let's move on. Let's move on past this. You guys at this point know the story better than I do. What do you want to hear about? What plot point do you want followed on or continued? Say your piece in the chat now, or forever have not said your piece in the chat at that point, at that moment. Add Pete Wentz. No, that's too real. That's actually too real. The rest of this is like far removed enough from my life. I want the goldfish to have more plot. Yeah, the goldfish can have more plot. Scene change. Here we go. Okay. My name is Jeremy. I am a fish. I live, as I write this, I am living in a downtown New York party mansion boat. This is a memoir of my life, and it's no, we don't want to full stop there, that's bad grammar, and it's important. I'm honest about it in this day and age. You guys have a Twitch. Hello Skeleton Cutie, do you have a Twitch? My name's Nick from Bears and Trees. This is such a strange stream for you to join on, but thank you for being here. The goldfish secretly can sing and wants to join the dirtbag boy band Bears and Trees. Yep. Okay, let's do it. Let's do it. I am Jeremy, and my lifelong dream has been to join dirtbag boy band Bears in Trees. Bears in Trees. But I've been betrayed. I've been betrayed too many times. Too many times to count. By my ex-best friend. And now arch nemesis Vector the crocodile. Yeah, now it's getting juicy. Have you heard about him? He's a nasty guy. He's a crooked ex-cop. And right now, he's sharing the stage, opening for my favourite band. Band which of course you know as Bears in Trees. There we go. Now it's getting juicy. Goldfish origin story, Jeremy redemption arc. It's all coming through. Friends to enemies to lovers. No, it's friends to enemies. The lovers part doesn't happen because this is a PG fanfic, and I don't want any love nonsense going on. That's gonna get too weird. Vector the crocodile from Jeremy joins the band. Vector gets mad and actually drowns him. Murder is illegal. Will the hardcore Sonic the Homewrecker fans be able to purchase a hard copy once this masterpiece has been finished? No one's going to be able to purchase a hard copy once this masterpiece is finished, because it's going to be struck from the record and removed from every internet server I have access to. But he's a fish, he can't get arrested. You make a fair point. Murder is illegal, but that doesn't mean it won't happen. Let's move on. He lied to me. He's been telling me for years that Bears in Trees suck, that they don't make very good music, that they probably smell like trash, and that also they are his least favourite band. But my dear viewers, Vector is a lying crocodile. Bears in Trees are actually his favourite band, and he's the one who got no, and I'm the one who got him into Bears in Trees way back in the summer of love 1967. We were two free spirits who met in downtown Brooklyn. We'd both discovered rock and roll, and also tie-dyeing our clothes. Is that how you spell it? Yeah. We were the cat's pajamas together. It's a real saying. Callum says it sometimes. Don't at me. Together. We went everywhere together. Vector and oh, no, don't caps lock that. Vector and Jeremy. The people would say. Vector and Jeremy. The people would say. The people would say. Would say. We were also in a folk band together. And one time, Vector ran for president, but we don't talk about that year. But we don't talk about that. We don't talk about that. Not now. Not today. Anyway, what was I talking about? Oh, we've reached a word count. It's okay. There's still more to finish. What was I talking about? Oh yeah. I got Vector into Bears in Trees. I think in this. Wait, so were they in love or just really good besties? They weren't in love. I mean, it was like, it was platonic love, right? Like they were. I think there was, a very like, yeah. I don't want to put words to it because I haven't met Vector or Jeremy. I'm just the mouthpiece that kind of retells their story. They're platonic soulmates. I think they were platonic soulmates. That's the kind of impression I'm getting from what Jeremy is writing in the context of the narrative right now. Oh yeah, I got Vector into Bears and Trees. I showed Vector my favourite Bears in Tree song. Which was a little known Bears in Tree song called a song about the weather. For all you Bears and Trees fans out there, that's a Bears and Trees song. Bit of a strange song to be my favourite, I know, but let's not talk about this right now. Anyway, Vector loved that band, but he was jealous when I got the offer to support them on their what how many world tours are they on right now? On their 25th sold out arena tour this year. I got this offer because I had babysat Bears in Trees way back in the 1970s while Vector was in prison for video piracy. It was cool. They were super chill. I made sure they were in bed by 9 p.m. every night. Anyway, they've always been cool and chill, and they owed me a favor after I kept them safe for that week. So they offered me the chance to support them on tour. On tour. This fish is really aging well. Are these characters in Sonic? Vector's in Sonic, I'll have you know. Jeremy the Fish is in the Bears and Trees cinematic universe. Bears and Trees may as well be in Sonic as far as I'm concerned. Time is a lie. The fish is really aging well. Nick Pesky, the timeline. The timeline is accurate. Jeremy and Vector met in the 60s. Vector became a cricket cop in the 70s. Babysat Bears and Trees in the 1970s. It's now 2022 and Bears and Trees are on their 25th sold out arena tour this year. I'll have you know that timeline tracks very well. May I ask where Jeremy the Fish originated? Space and time. Jeremy the Fish is ageless. Jeremy's had a hard life. He was a single babysitter before. He was. He was. And Keep Me Safe has been about Jeremy all this time. It's true, it has been. Let's wrap up this arc. Okay. Scene change. Let's write it. Yeah. Here we go. Here we go. I know, this is going to become more like it. I think it's important to change up the the prose and the style of all good fanfic. So this is going to be the poetry section. Vector is on the stage. It's going to read like an E.E. Cummings poem. The stage, which is below Vector, is trembling under the weight of... What is Sonic in this story? Did we write Sonic into this story yet? Because it's called Sonic the Homewrecker, but I don't remember Sonic. I don't remember Sonic being in the story. The stage is trembling under the weight of anticipation. Bears in trees. New member alert. New member alert. Bears in trees. Rebranded to the max. Forever. The crowd waits in anticipation. A lot of exclamation marks, and then this is the time. This is the time to feel feelings. Scene change. Okay, so that little poem is to is to establish the next scene in this piece. Don't forget the library arc. The library arc's coming back. The library arc's going to be the final arc. Don't you worry. Don't you worry, dear viewer. It's never the time to feel feelings. I would rather not, but we have to go. Anyway. Anyway. I am Vector, and I am Vector, and I am now writing again. Whatever you've heard from Jeremy, is a downright lie, and he is a downright liar, and he sucks, and everyone says that he smells like trash. Anyway, this show is sold out because there's been a big change to the headliner. Bears in Trees have, as you know, been a band since the 80s. In those 30 years, a lot is subject to change. Changes like their members and their musical stylings, and also their members, which is why the new lineup of Bears in Trees is debuting today. That lineup consists of their 4 new members. Okay, here are the 4 new members of Bears in Trees. The only rules are they have to either be Sonic characters or like pop culture characters that can be applicably designated to the Sonic canon. Any ideas? Did he just pull a hard T debut? I did just pull a hard T debut. Thank you for noticing. I can write. I never said I could speak. Alright, we got Garfield. We got Eggman. We got Garfield. Eggman. We got Shadow the Hedgehog, who at this point is clambering up to stage because he forgot he was actually in Bears in Trees now, and was accidentally in the crowd. So that really neatly wraps up Shadow's arc that was introduced at the start of the show, right? The show at the start of the piece, of the narrative piece. Who else? Grimes. Grimes is too real. Grimes is too real to be in this. Crash Bandicoot. That's a throwback. I love Crash Bandicoot. I wouldn't be against it. Andrew Garfield. We already have a Garfield, so I don't want to put Andrew Garfield into it. Kermit the Frog. Nick Peters, the chef one. Pete Wentz as a Sonic character. I think Pete Wentz is just a real life character. You know what? I'm gonna go for Crash Bandicoot. Crash Bandicoot. These are the new members of Bears in Trees, and honestly, they're so much better than those old members ever were. They are much cooler and nicer and funnier, and also better at being bears in trees. Okay, that's that arc wrapped up. What other arc do I have to wrap up? Nick, tag yourself. Which member replaced you? Oh, and Jeroge Berry. Oh yeah, of course. Jeroge Berry is now the head pastry chef at Bears in Trees. Jeroge makes, nope, not George, wrong person. Jeroge makes the pastries happen. And they're all very proud of him. And they're all very proud of him. This is not how it meant to pan out. Why is George the chef? George can be a chef. George is a good cook. George and Callum are the main cooks when we're on tour. Ian and I do a lot less cooking than we should. Okay. What arc do I have to wrap up? I have to wrap up the library arc, right? What happened in the library? What was happening? Nope, it's not there. No, it's not there. Is it further up? Do you have any books in Daft Punk? My reply? Haha. I'll tell you that later. Okay. Cool. But what of the library? You are wondering. Probably. Many thousands of readers of this story. Well, let me tell you what I said to Jeroge Berry when he asked if we had any books on Daft Punk. Well, I replied with, I'm actually a bit of a Daft Punk aficionado myself. That led to a series of events where Jeroge used the sway and political privilege he had in Bears in Trees to help get me to support Bears in Trees on their 25th arena tour. And also I still had toothpaste around my big crocodile jaws because I am bad at brushing my teeth, and people are too polite to tell me I have toothpaste stains all the time. were the events unfortunate? I don't know. There might have been a series of unfortunate events. Yeah, unfortunate events. Okay, it's time to wrap this up. So anyway, Sonic, Garfield, Shadow, and Crash Bandicoot play a totally cool and honestly not even very forced show. And then what happens? Oxford comma. I could Oxford comma whenever the story necessitates it. Okay, give Twitch chat. Give me like 3 more events to happen in the space of like 3 more lines to round this story off. Because I think the ending should be communal. Is Sonic a home wrecker yet? But it was a bit awkward. When Sonic was, pardon me, or like, hey, Vector, I like Jeremy more than you. And then I was like, that sucks. Sonic, you really hurt my feelings. And then Sonic was like, pardon me. And then Sonic was like, I also burned down your epic party mansion, New York boat, because it reminded me too much of The Great Gatsby. The Great by F. Scott Fitzgerald. And I really hated that book when I had to study it at school. There we go. The involvement of a monster truck. And then the monster truck pirates arrived and everything went kind of bad, and they stole all of our money and also all of my chewing gum, which I'd been saving up for one big chew. This is very natural dialogue. I love it. The new band decides to stop playing music and make a living selling buttons instead. After the new Bears in Trees band had all their songs and also intellectual property stolen, they decided to give up on music and start selling buttons instead. Okay, I need one more event. What else? Okay, what else? For one big chew, buttons and trees. They all break out in song. They can't break out in song because they've stopped being a band. I'm really sorry. But we can't have that happen. Bears and Trees members set the library on fire and bask in its warmth. I know the library has to like remain. I don't want the library to be set on fire. That would be sad. But the button stock market crashes, rendering them poor. Yeah, go on. But then the button stock market crashed, and everyone was totally poor and whatever, and it freaking sucked. It freaking sucked for everyone. Everyone was like, this is really freaking sucking right now. And what a shame, because the stock market button stocks were all like really up and whatever until they were down. And down. And if I'm being honest about it, that really did not make my economic situation any better than it was now. Yeah, how lemony snicket of you. Look, it was said earlier in the story that a series of unfortunate events happened in between Vector being asked to support Bears and Trees on their 25th arena tour this year. This is one of the unfortunate events that happened afterwards. I lived for like 10 seconds and your entire room went so dark. Yeah, sorry, I live in the UK and the sun went down about 5 minutes ago. And I don't want to turn my lamp on because I feel like this kind of benefits the story somewhat more. Now he's actually got to live in that one room basement apartment. And the worst part of it all, now I really got to live in that one bedroom apartment. The end. Let's get that nice and big. Nice and big. Let everyone know we're finished. We're done. It's over. That's 2 words. My word counter is telling us that. Nice and green, so that people know it's over. The end. Sonic the Homewrecker Part 1 finished. Always leave room for a part 2, even if I don't want to do it. The council may decide I have to do it at some point. Now where can I buy this? You can't. You can read it. You can rewatch this stream on VOD, perhaps. What a lovely ending. Thank you. I think it was very affirmative. I think it really made me feel better about myself and about life and about the universe and everything. As a graphic design major, I can confirm the text design is very good. I'm a big fan of Arial. What can I say? I think Arial, bold, neon green, good mix. Clap, clap, clap. Everybody clap. And everybody else smiled back. The album by Bears and Trees out now digitally. Please listen to it. Clap, clap, clap. Someone's going to print this one. Clap, clap, clap. Okay, that's that. That's done. That's done. Thank you very much for watching. Yeah, this was a very last minute stream. Didn't, you know, I just figured like we were never going to finish it unless I went ahead and just did it. So it's actually been very fun, and who knows, maybe there will be more fan fictions, or at least, you know, novellas written. Honestly, I don't know what was going on, but thanks. This is such a great first stream for me to join. Thank you very much for joining Skeleton Keys. I'm glad you guys had fun. I had a ton of fun. Thank you for hanging. I know we didn't talk about it very much, but yeah, it's legitimately really cool that you guys came to watch, and it was very reaffirming. I guess of like this was of your own volition. It was of my own volition. Don't get me wrong. This was my choice. I guess going forward, like, so we try and stream once a week, but it's going to be like a little bit harder for the next few weeks because we have like shows or festivals, most like a lot of weekends. So I was wondering, like, would you guys also be interested in, like, for instance, if I just streamed for like an hour and hung out and I was playing, like, I don't know. I mean, I can play Sonic because I play Sonic a lot, but I can also play like what games? I play like Elden Ring. I play like Minecraft. I play Terraria. Yeah, I don't know. Just like more chill streams, I suppose. Streams without like any kind of purpose. Stardew Valley I haven't played in ages, but I wouldn't be against getting back into. And yeah, if you live in the UK, then hopefully you can see us over this weekend. If you can't, then we'll be back. But yeah, this is just an announcement that it's going to be chill for the next few weeks, and yeah, hang out in our Discords, come say hi at shows, and yeah, I think we'll be in a, I think we'll be starting a new era fairly soon. So I'm very excited about that. But I don't want to spill too much. I don't want to spill too much tea. So yeah, everyone have a lovely night or day or whatever. See you over the weekend if you come to our shows. If not, catch you on Discord. Stay safe, and bears and trees all summer long. Thank you. Bye.